The signs of a woman's heart are rarely spoken, but always shown if you know where to look, as the Stoics. Teach what truly matters is not what is said, but what is done. A woman who secretly admires you may never come right out and say it, not because she's playing games, but because vulnerability takes courage, and not everyone leads with words. In this guide, you'll discover 11 subtle gestures, quiet signals, that women often give off without realizing, all hinting at something deeper, genuine interest. These are the kind of signs that don't shout, but speak volumes if you observe closely. Let's uncover these quiet truths together. Sign 1, she bites her lower lip. At first glance, it might seem like a fleeting, even accidental gesture, but in the hidden language of attraction it speaks volumes. A 2020 study revealed that people unconsciously reveal their feelings through micro-behaviors when they're around someone they secretly like. For women, biting the lower lip, especially when you enter the room or when the conversation takes an emotionally charged turn, can be a subtle, involuntary sign that your presence stirs something within her. This act is often rooted in a quiet tension. The Stoics, known for their deep insights into human nature, believe that emotions we try hardest to suppress often find their own path to expression, just as a volcano rumbles before eruption. So too do these tiny gestures betray what the mind seeks to hide. When a woman feels drawn to a man but doesn't yet feel safe or confident enough to confess it, especially in today's world where mixed signals are common and vulnerability feels risky, her body often becomes the messenger. The biting of the lip can be a way to self-soothe, a physical outlet for nervous excitement, and more poetically, a subtle call for attention. It's not about seduction in the Hollywood sense, but rather an ancient primal sign of both tension and interest occurring in the quiet moments when she thinks you're not looking. It's akin to a knight in old tales tightening his grip on the sword when battle draws near, not to intimidate, but because he's bracing for something that stirs him deeply. In our modern, fast-paced lives, where so many interactions are digital and guarded, learning to read these unspoken signals becomes crucial for men, especially those who've grown past the youthful games and now seek clarity, connection, and sincerity. If you're a man between 35 and 70, you've likely already seen the highs and lows of love. You understand that words can lie, but the body, like an old friend, rarely does. So if you catch her biting her lip when you speak, when you laugh, or when your eyes meet, don't jump to conclusions, but pay attention. Is she nervous? Is she trying to maintain composure? Or is there a soft storm of affection that she's doing her best to conceal? The Stoics taught that wisdom lies in observation without judgment. So instead of reacting immediately, lean into awareness, continue the conversation. With grounded presence, make her feel seen and safe, and allow time to reveal whether that gesture was fleeting or frequent. In this dance of attraction, the most rewarding connections come not from chasing signs, but from quietly noticing them and responding with calm confidence. After all, the truly wise man doesn't need a parade of confessions. He knows how to listen to the silence between the words, the stories behind the glances, and the truth hidden in something as small, yet telling as the bite of a lip sign. 2. She smiles a lot with you. This is not just any smile. This is the kind that lights up her whole face, the kind that happens naturally and frequently when she's around you. When a woman finds you attractive, it doesn't matter if your joke is dull or your story awkward. She laughs sincerely because her body is wired to respond to your presence. Scientific research shows that when she interacts with someone she's drawn to, her brain releases serotonin, a powerful neurotransmitter that elevates mood and creates feelings of happiness and well-being. This physiological reaction isn't random. It's a sign that she feels comfortable, safe, and emotionally connected to you. When she laughs or smiles often while talking to you, she's sending you an undeniable message. She likes you. This is ancient, timeless wisdom cloaked in a simple smile, an unspoken language that reveals what her words may hide. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, said the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. But I say the happiness she shows with her smile depends on the quality of your presence in today's fast-paced, distracted world where genuine moments are scarce. Recognizing her authentic smile is a powerful advantage. It's a window into her desire, her interest, and her emotional state you must seize. Don't let her laughter slip past you like background noise. Understand this. Her smile is a gift, a clear, bold sign of attraction that too many men overlook. But you will see it, you will own it, you will use it to fuel your confidence and deepen your connection. This isn't about guessing or hoping. It's about recognizing a fact that science, history, and human nature all confirm when she smiles and laughs with you. She's not just being polite, she's opening a door. She's signaling a magnetic pull that she feels deep inside. Your task is to walk through that door, to be the man who responds with certainty and strength. This is your moment to command the situation, to transform a smile into something more, an invitation to intimacy, a spark of chemistry that grows into connection. Think of this smile as a beacon, a light that guides you through the fog of doubt and hesitation. You must respond with action, with clarity, with purpose. The world rewards the man who understands these silent signs and moves decisively. Don't wait, don't hesitate, act. Now engage her, show your value, and let that smile be the start of your victory. Like, comment, and subscribe to master these signs and become the man who never misses what a woman is truly saying. Comment below with a moment when her smile told you everything. Share your win and inspire others to seize their moments. To remember this, her smile is not just a sign, it's a call to power, to lead, to conquer your doubts and claim what is already within your reach. Your journey to mastery starts here when she smiles at you like that. Real, full, lighting up the room kind of smile. It's not just kindness, it's a powerful signal she likes. You don't let this moment slip away. Step up with confidence, own your presence, and turn that smile into your victory. If you're ready to be the man who recognizes and acts on these silent signs, drop this in the comments right. Now I see the signs, I own the moment. Sign 3. She touches her hair. One of the most subtle yet telling signs that a woman may secretly harbor affection for you is her unconscious inclination to touch her hair. When you're around, this seemingly innocent gesture is deeply rooted in both biology and social behavior. An ancient signal of attraction that dates back generations. When you step into a room and she instinctively lifts her hand to smooth or play with her hair. She is not just grooming, it's a subconscious attempt to present her best self before someone who stirs her interest. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "A man who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." Don't overthink the gesture, but don't overlook it either. The key is to observe without assumption, to remain present and grounded, as any good Stoic would advise. If she does it once, she likely finds you appealing. If she does it again, it's more than a coincidence, it's intrigue. And if she repeats the act several times throughout your interaction, well, that might just be her way of saying, "I notice you and I want to be noticed." This habit isn't random, it's rooted in the psychology of attraction. Women often touch their hair to release nervous energy or to draw attention to one of their most visibly expressive features. This act becomes a form of nonverbal communication, almost like a secret language. In Marcus Aurelius's words, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. That applies perfectly here, rather than second-guessing or doubting yourself. Notice these small affirmations and let them build quiet confidence within. If you're a man between 35 and 70, chances are you've experienced enough to recognize sincerity, so trust your instincts, but validate them through action and conversation, not fantasy. It's important not to become overly analytical, though life is lived forward, not backward, through dissection. If she's adjusting her hair repeatedly when you're near, perhaps leaning in slightly or smiling warmly while doing. So that's a combination of gestures revealing emotional investment. And in our modern world, where so much communication is digital and detached, Such genuine human signals are worth their weight in gold. As Epictetus taught, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen. Twice as much as we speak. So be attentive, be aware, and most of all, be respectful. Don't rush to act, but don't hesitate forever. Either Stoicism isn't passivity, it's wise engagement in the end. Every gesture is a piece of a larger puzzle. Attraction isn't a fireworks show. It's often a quiet, sustained flame that reveals itself through repeated, seemingly small actions. As a man navigating the complexities of mature relationships, you owe it to yourself to approach love not as a game, but as an art. Pay attention to the signals, appreciate them with humility, and respond with character. Sign 4. She subtly touches you. She subtly touches you, a gesture as old as time, yet often overlooked. By men caught up in their own self-doubt or the distractions of modern life, when a woman finds subtle ways to initiate physical contact, it's not accidental. This quiet, almost imperceptible touch is her way of bridging the emotional gap of saying, "I feel safe with you," without having to use those words, whether it's brushing against your arm while laughing, at your joke, adjusting your collar with a soft smile, or lightly placing her hand on your shoulder as she makes a point. These are not random acts. This kind of touch isn't about grand displays of affection. It's about testing the waters, about gently signaling interest and creating a space where trust and intimacy can begin to grow. Science backs this up. Physical touch triggers the release of oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, which strengthens human connection. And it's not just scientific. The Stoics understood this in their own way. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking." A woman's touch, subtle as it may be, can shift your thinking and stir emotions you didn't know you needed. It's a tactile cue that invites you to lower your guard, to respond with calm confidence rather than hesitation. In real life, think of those moments when a woman, during a conversation, gently nudges your elbow or lets her fingers linger a second longer than necessary. These are calculated, meaningful acts meant to spark a connection. Don't overanalyze them, but don't ignore them either. Just as Seneca taught, that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Recognizing these signs prepares you for the emotional opportunities that present themselves in silence, not declarations for men aged 35 to 70. This becomes especially significant. You've likely experienced the superficial games of youth. Now it's about recognizing deeper cues and responding with presence and intention. Women in this stage of life are often more emotionally intelligent and deliberate when they offer touch. It's a blend of courage, curiosity, and care that said respond appropriately, respect the gesture, mirror it subtly if the moment feels right, and above all, remain grounded in your masculine frame. Physical contact can be the first crack in the wall of emotional reserve. Treat it with both attentiveness and dignity. And here's something to reflect on. Have you ever noticed how certain people make you feel more alive with just their presence? That's the power of physical energy and attentiveness at play. As Epicurus advised, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen. Twice as much as we speak, so observe more, assume less. You've just uncovered one of the oldest, most powerful signs she's quietly drawn to you, her subtle touch. This is not coincidence or casual contact. It's a silent invitation to connect deeper, to step into calm confidence and emotional presence. Now it's your move. Honor that touch, recognize its meaning, and respond with grounded strength. If you're ready to embrace these quiet signals and transform your relationships, comment below. With this sentence, I feel the sign and stand strong. Your journey toward deeper connection starts here. Let me know you're in sign 5. She mimics your gestures and style. She mimics your gestures and style, a subtle yet deeply telling sign rooted in both psychology and ancient observation. In the quiet theater of human interaction, mirroring is a subconscious act of affinity, a hidden script. Our bodies follow when words fall short. The old Stoics, men of contemplation and measured thought, would remind us that nature never wastes effort. Every action however small, serves a purpose when a woman mirrors your movements. It is rarely random. Imagine you're having a conversation. You cross your arms, lean in, or adjust your posture. And moments later, she does the same, perhaps unaware of the mimicry. This behavior is not simply habit, it's a silent dance of rapport, a nonverbal agreement that says, I'm attuned to you. Let's say you begin wearing darker clothes, not as a conscious fashion statement, but maybe because it suits your mood or aligns with your personal sense of order. Over time, you observe her wardrobe shifting too subtly, aligning with your palate. Or if you're the kind of man who moves with speed and purpose, executing tasks with crisp efficiency, and you notice that she begins adopting that same tempo. This too speaks volumes. It's not flattery in the ordinary sense, it's more primal than that. It's connection, and connection, the Stoics would say, is never forged through pretension but through resonance. She is syncing with your rhythm because she feels safe, curious, or drawn to something she doesn't fully articulate, something in you. Modern life is cluttered with distractions, algorithms, and artificial signals, but human instincts remain timeless. In a world where people are increasingly disconnected, these small mirrored gestures are breadcrumbs on the trail of emotional truth. Pay attention. Not with suspicion, but with a quiet awareness. This isn't about playing games or decoding every move like a cryptic puzzle. It's about presence. If you want to understand whether a woman truly feels something for you, stop looking for grand declarations. Instead, observe the echo of your presence in her actions. These reflections may be soft, like a breeze over still water, but they are real. There's an ancient tale the Stoics favored about a man who, watching his shadow move with him, never needed to ask if it was loyal, it simply was so. 2. When a woman begins to mirror your gestures, your pace, your style, not in exaggeration, but in subtle synchronicity, that's a kind of shadow. And in that shadow there is warmth, attraction, and a natural unfolding of interest. But here's the advice: don't become arrogant or presumptive. The goal is not to exploit this awareness, but to honor it. Be the kind of man worth mirroring, steady, authentic, and grounded, because while imitation can be the sincerest form of flattery, it can also be an unconscious cry for alignment. A search for harmony in a chaotic world. Respond not with ego, but with presence. Let your character speak louder than your charm, and you'll find that these gestures become more than signs. They become shared language. Sign 6. She dresses up more than usual. When a woman likes you, she'll do whatever it takes to get your attention. She dresses up more than usual, but it's not just about clothes, it's about transformation. She wears shapewear to contour her body, enhancing her silhouette in ways that signal desire without a single word. Spoken, her grooming routine intensifies. She fixes her hair, more often maybe even changes, its color signaling a new chapter where she wants you to see her in a different light. Her lips burst into brighter, bolder hues, demanding your gaze, while her nails evolve into intricate designs that show she's investing time and effort just for you. This is a woman who uses every tool in her arsenal to say, I want you to notice me. She's sending a clear message wrapped in elegance and intention, and if you're wise, you'll recognize it immediately. But here's the critical lesson that separates men who succeed in love from those who falter. Do not overwhelm her with your attention right away. The old Stoics knew this well. Desire is like fire, pour gasoline. Too soon and it burns out instead. Embody the virtue of patience. Let her gestures simmer and build like a slow, steady flame that promises warmth and light. As Aristotle wisely said, patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet today. When instant gratification is king and people rush everything, this slow, powerful approach makes you stand apart. It makes you a man who commands respect, who understands that attraction isn't a race, but a strategic game of influence and timing. She dresses up more because she's investing in your interest, but you must mirror that investment with calm control and measured attention. This balance between her signals and your response is the secret to turning silent gestures into a powerful connection that grows stronger every day. Imagine mastering this dance. You see her subtle changes and respond with a knowing confidence that fuels her desire rather than quenching it. You don't chase, you draw her in like a magnet, powerful and irresistible. The result, a connection built on mutual intrigue and respect, not desperation or haste. So pay attention if you notice she's dressing up more, shifting her style, or caring for herself in new ways. Recognize it as a direct signal of her hidden affection. Do not rush to consume her interest all at once. Instead, savor it, respond with quiet strength. Let this slow burn lead to a lasting flame. Like the great Marcus Aurelius advised, how much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it. Replace impatience with calm, and your reward will be a woman who not only likes you but is captivated by the man who understands her unspoken signs. If this resonates, comment below with "I'm ready to lead," share your story, and join a community of men mastering the art of silent attraction. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights that turn simple signs into your undeniable advantage. Remember, this is your moment to seize control of your love life with wisdom, power, and strategy. Own it. If you find today's content useful to you, don't forget to share your feelings and lessons with us, or simply comment "very cool." It's a great encouragement for our channel makers. Thank you very much. Sign 7. She adjusts her clothes in front of you. She adjusts her clothes in front of you, not because the fabric suddenly became uncomfortable, but because your presence has stirred something within her that demands a silent yet unmistakable response. This subtle yet revealing act is often a woman's non-verbal expression of admiration and desire. She might smooth her blouse tug slightly at her skirt or shift her scarf, just so, not for fashion's sake, but to present herself in a more flattering light under your gaze. In doing so, she's essentially telling you, "I care how you see me," without uttering a word. This small ritual of self-grooming is an instinctive gesture. Driven by attraction, the ancient Stoics taught us to observe without haste and judge with reason. Seneca once said, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." But the same could be said of the subtle ambitions in courtship. When a woman silently wishes to impress, even a small act speaks volumes. If upon your arrival you notice a woman adjust her jacket or brush invisible lint from her jeans, understand that you've just stirred a reaction she couldn't conceal. It's her unconscious response to your presence, and not something she'd do for just anyone. This is not merely about vanity, it's a subconscious signal of her desire to be perceived favorably by someone she esteems. That someone in this case might very well be you. What's especially important here is not just to notice these gestures, but to understand them in the context of character and genuine intent. A man who walks with confidence and care for his appearance often awakens that same level of attentiveness in others. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us to be tolerant with others and strict with yourself in the realm of attraction. This is golden advice. Your self-discipline and poise may be the very traits drawing her attention. So when you see her adjusting her attire, don't just smirk and move on. Acknowledge that your demeanor might be reflecting a standard she wants to meet. There's quiet beauty in that mutual striving. These signs often go unnoticed by those who rush through life without paying attention to the subtle signals woven into everyday interactions. Yet, as the Stoics believed, the greatest truths are often found not in noise but in silence. What is not said but shown, it's in the delicate tension of a woman adjusting her blouse as you approach, or the way she slightly turns her body toward you while pretending to focus on something else. Realize, too, that such moments are fleeting. Miss them, and you may walk right past a window of mutual recognition. So slow down, observe, reflect. Attraction is not a game of grand gestures. It's in the quiet signs that whisper rather than shout. To all the men listening, I invite you to reflect. Have you noticed such a moment recently? A subtle shift in body language, a quick adjustment of clothing when you entered the room? If so, what did you feel? Did you dismiss it, or did you allow yourself the curiosity to wonder? Share your thoughts and personal stories in the comments. Your experience might be the mirror Someone else needs to see their own more clearly. After all, wisdom, like attraction, is most powerful when shared. Sign 8, she asks you intimate questions. In a world saturated with surface-level interactions and fleeting digital exchanges, when a woman ventures beyond the casual "how was your day" and into the realm of personal soul-probing questions, it's not an accident, it's intention in motion. This isn't just idle curiosity, it's a form of subtle vulnerability, a calculated risk that echoes the ancient Stoic belief that true courage lies in revealing oneself. Honestly, Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one, and in this context, recognizing her effort to know you on a deeper level is not just wise, it's essential. When a woman starts asking about your life, where you live, what your passions are, whether there's someone special already in your orbit, understand that she's laying down conversational breadcrumbs, hoping you'll follow the trail into deeper connection. This isn't typical behavior for someone disinterested. Most people, when disengaged, talk at you rather than with you. They might speak in monologues or let their gaze drift. But the woman, who leans in, who listens closely, who frames her questions in a way that feels like an invitation rather than an interrogation. She's telling you something quietly, perhaps, but clearly she's saying, you interest me, I want to understand what moves you, what matters to you. Now here's where subtlety becomes your greatest ally. If you reveal too much too soon, you remove the very intrigue that drew her in. Humans, by nature, are drawn to mystery. What is not immediately visible often becomes most desired, so instead of serving every answer on a silver platter, offer just a taste. For example, if she asks where you live, you might smile and say, not far from where the city finally lets you breathe, and then shift the conversation toward a shared topic, like travel or favorite places. It's an elegant dance. Let her glimpse the depth, but not the whole map. Stoicism teaches us that restraint is not weakness, but strength in disguise. Seneca put it aptly, he who is brave is free. And being brave in this case means resisting the impulse to overshare or impress. Instead, redirect some of her curiosity back toward herself. Ask about her story, her dreams, the last thing that made her laugh from her gut. In doing so, you create balance and tension. Two things that fuel genuine chemistry. In modern life, where so many relationships are either transactional or rushed, taking your time to unfold is an act of quiet rebellion. It tells her without words that you're not desperate for approval, nor are you a man in a hurry. You're grounded, centered, and composed, a man of thought as much as presence. Women, especially mature ones, are highly attuned to this energy. They recognize a man who knows his worth and doesn't feel the need to explain it. So next time you notice her questions drifting into more personal territory, smile inwardly. She's signaling interest in the only way she can, while still protecting her pride. Respond with the grace of a man who's read the signs, but doesn't announce that he has keep her engaged, curious, and just uncertain enough to wonder, who is this man, really, that my friend is? Where true attraction begins. Not in the answers you give, but in the mystery you allow to linger when she asks those deep personal questions. She's not just curious, she's signaling interest. Don't rush to reveal everything. Instead, hold your ground with calm confidence and let mystery do the rest. This is the ancient art of attraction, where strength lies in restraint and connection grows in subtlety. If you're ready to master this powerful dance, drop a comment right now. I am the man who holds his mystery. Like this video, subscribe for timeless wisdom, and remember, true strength is shown in what you choose to reveal and what you keep just out of reach. Sign 9 is no mere coincidence or casual glance. It is a declaration, a silent but fierce message. When a woman holds eye contact with you longer than usual, she is sending a clear signal that you dominate her thoughts, that you matter deeply in the moment. In today's distracted world, where fleeting attention spans rule, and most people look away quickly because their minds are elsewhere, her unwavering gaze cuts through the noise. It is a deliberate invitation and a test wrapped into one. She's not just seeing you, she's reading your energy, measuring your confidence, evaluating your masculine presence. This is not about vanity or surface attraction. It is about raw connection, a primal communication that dates back to the earliest tribes when eye contact was how strength and trust were assessed. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Her eyes reflect her intent and her judgment, and you must rise to the challenge when a woman locks her gaze on you like this. She is signaling openness, a desire to connect deeply, but also she's sizing you up, testing whether you can hold your ground and project true masculine energy. She watches you, waiting for you to respond with steady confidence, not hesitation, not discomfort. Do not break eye contact out of nervousness or uncertainty. Instead, hold her gaze firmly. If it feels too intense, shift your focus to her forehead. This subtle move keeps you in control without breaking the connection. It is a modern-day Stoic tactic, a way to demonstrate strength without aggression, power without arrogance. This is mastery of presence. This is mastery of self in the chaotic swirl of modern life where distractions are endless and real. Connection is rare. Her sustained eye contact is a rare gift and a challenge. She's telling you, I'm interested, I'm watching. Show me your strength. This is your moment to rise, to own it, to prove that you are the man she secretly craves. To look away is to lose the opportunity, to miss the signal buried beneath the surface. To hold your ground is to step into your role as the confident, grounded man who commands respect and desire. The ancient wisdom of the Stoics, the timeless truths of human connection all converge here. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior, Confucius declared. Conquer this moment, conquer the gaze. Show that you are steady, strong, and worthy of her attention. This is not just about attraction. This is about mastery of your inner world and your external presence. This is about becoming the man who does not just notice signals, but acts on them, who leads instead of follows, who commands instead of pleads. If you've ever felt that electric charge, when a woman looks deeply into your eyes, you know the power of this sign. It's undeniable, and it's your call to action. Don't ignore it. Don't second guess it. Like this message, if you've ever held that gaze and felt that surge of possibility, comment below with the words, "I see the signs, I'm ready to step up." Subscribe now and commit to mastering the art of reading signals and owning your masculine power. The world is full of distractions, but her eyes are a clear beacon. Follow it, command it, own it. This is your power, this is your victory, this is your life. Sign 10, she leans slightly toward you. It's such a subtle act that most men miss it entirely, yet in the quiet world of body language, it speaks volumes. Imagine sitting across from a woman during a heartfelt conversation. While her lips might be forming polite words, her body could be whispering something far more telling. A gentle forward lean, barely perceptible, can often reveal what her words conceal. This micro-expression, often unintentional and fleeting, is a primal, subconscious gesture that signals interest, focus, and emotional openness. It's her nonverbal way of saying, I'm here with you, I'm tuned in. As the old Stoics taught, man conquers the world by conquering himself. And part of mastering oneself is learning to read the unspoken truths of others. Marcus Aurelius himself might have smiled knowingly had he witnessed such a gesture. Across the marble floors of his forum, recognizing in it the echoes of human connection that transcend time. When a woman leans slightly in, it's not just about proximity, it's about trust, curiosity, and perhaps even the first stirring of admiration. And this isn't to be confused with mere politeness or social habit. This lean is reserved for moments when emotional presence takes the lead over casual chatter in everyday life, especially for men seasoned by experience between the ages of 35 and 70. Noticing such a sign might feel like chasing shadows. You've seen enough of life to know that actions mean more than words. So if a woman, whether in a cafe, AT work, or during a quiet evening walk, subtly draws her body closer to yours while speaking, pause and notice that movement could be her revealing a layer of herself. she's not ready to voice yet. The Stoics believed that wisdom lies in observation, not reaction, and in this moment that principle applies more than ever. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, Epictetus once said, so that we can listen. Twice as much as we speak, but what if we had 2 eyes not just to see, but to observe deeply what most others overlook? These gestures are not part of a game. They're reflections of genuine emotion, and yet they require a man's presence, not just his attention. So gentlemen, next time you find yourself in conversation, don't just hear her. Watch. Her is her body angled toward you when she could have leaned back into comfort? Does she seem to inch forward when the conversation deepens, or when your words stir something inside her? That lean could be her heart reaching before her voice dares to follow in a world where communication is often drowned in noise. Recognizing the stillness of such a moment is a rare gift and a powerful advantage if you've experienced this before, or even if you've missed such signs in hindsight. Share your thoughts in the comments. What did you notice then that you understand? Now let this be a gentle reminder from the ancient world to the modern man. Wisdom isn't just in knowing, it's in noticing. Sign 11, she blushes. It may seem like a small, almost invisible detail, but it can speak volumes if you're observant enough to notice. Imagine this, you're walking into the office, or perhaps you're in a social gathering, and the moment your eyes meet hers, there's a faint, sudden warmth rising in her cheeks, a subtle flush of color that wasn't there. A second ago, it's not a deliberate signal, quite the opposite. It's a spontaneous response, born from emotions that haven't yet found words. The ancient Stoics believed in understanding nature's signals and reading truth from behavior rather than language alone. Blushing is one such honest, involuntary reaction. It reflects a moment of emotional vulnerability, and if you're the cause of it, you may be closer to her thoughts than you realized. But to truly understand this sign, you must learn the art of attentiveness, not with desperation, but with calm clarity. Look at her directly, but not with the hunger of someone trying to read her soul. All at once, just a few seconds of honest eye contact can tell you more than 100 conversations. If her cheeks show a reddish tint, or she fidgets slightly, especially if you catch her off guard, these are small arrows pointing in your direction. Seneca taught that we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Likewise, many men doubt their instincts because they're afraid of being wrong, of making a fool of themselves. But the truth is, if you see this sign, especially in someone you see regularly, be it at work, at the gym, or even just passing by in your neighborhood, it's worth noting. Now here's where patience and wisdom come in a single blush. Might be coincidence, a response to temperature nerves, or even embarrassment unrelated to you, but if it happens more than once, or if it's paired with other signs, like her leaning slightly toward you when speaking, her tone softening, her eyes lingering a little longer than necessary, then the pattern begins to form. Marcus Aurelius advised us to observe what is going on in people's souls, and that's exactly what you must do. Collect the signs like puzzle pieces, don't act on one alone. Instead, wait for 2 or 3 to align like stars in a clear night sky. When they do, it's not about charging forward with bold declarations, but rather approaching with calm confidence, because you're now acting not on fantasy, but on evidence on. And here's a bit of advice for our modern world, where subtlety often gets lost in the noise of smartphones and rapid interactions. Don't rely solely on texts or social media emojis to decode attraction. These micro-expressions, the blush, the shift in tone, the way her eyes light up when you enter the room, these are far more telling. They're raw, human, and timeless. So slow down, be present, and observe. And remember, if she repeats the same reaction more than once when you're near her, that's not random, it's emotional gravity pulling her thoughts toward you. In our world of surface-level connections, the man who watches closely, who sees not just with his eyes but with understanding, will always be a step ahead, not because he's manipulative or overconfident, but because he respects the quiet truths people reveal when they think no one is watching. So the next time you catch her cheeks flush as you walk into the room, don't dismiss it. That single moment might just be the whisper of something real.